I am become meme. Yeah, pretty much.
The Department of Government Efficiency, otherwise known as DOGE, is done. You heard that right. According to Reuters reporting today, the department does not exist anymore, according to Office of Personnel Management Director Scott Kapoor. I mean, I can't believe it. The department seemed so promising from the beginning.
This is the chainsaw for bureaucracy. Chainsaw!
So yeah, it's time to say bye-bye to Elon's waste of time, money, and energy months ahead of when the department was expected to sunset. So we are going to go through the entire history of this shoddy department, its cancellation, and the legacy of this stain on the country. So be sure to stick around to the end of the video to see all of that, as well as don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the Really American YouTube channel. So DOGE. DOGE. Originally pitched as Elon Musk's brainchild, a department that was going to slash over $2 trillion from the federal government and cut out all of the fraud and corruption that caused all of this bloat and everything. But that idea didn't last long.
Elon Musk!
During the election, Musk said DOGE could save...
We can do at least $2 trillion.
Yeah!
By March, Musk reduced that projection.
Our goal is to reduce the deficit by $1 trillion.
The numbers that they initially threw out seemed really far-fetched.
So it was originally going to be $2 trillion that were going to be cut, and then it went down to $1 trillion, just getting halved immediately. But according to Trump back in March, it was still going great.
And to that end, I have created the brand new Department of Government Efficiency. DOGE. Perhaps you've heard of it. Perhaps. Which is headed by Elon Musk, who is in the gallery tonight.
Wow, those two seem like such great friends. I wonder if anything will come between the two of them that may fracture their relationship. I don't think so, though. They seem like best pals forever, don't they? Yeah, they'll be fine. But for clarity's sake, not everyone in that room was so happy about DOGE. Elizabeth Warren scrolling on her phone is definitely a much better use of her time than listening to the dribble coming out of Trump's mouth here, so kudos to her on that one. So, we've been told that DOGE was going to cut at least $1 trillion from the federal budget now. $1 trillion is quite a bit of cash. That would be a huge slash to the federal government. But how much, according to their own metrics, did DOGE actually cut?
By the end of May, DOGE claimed to have saved a much smaller number, $175 billion. Its wall of receipts claimed $32 billion was saved from more than 10,000 contract terminations and $40 billion from more than 15,000 grant terminations. In February, the Journal analyzed $7 billion in canceled contracts, posted to the DOGE site, and found the actual savings were closer to $2.6 billion.
Yikes! So Elon originally claimed $2 trillion, then it got whittled down to $1 trillion, and then that got shrunk all the way down to $175 billion, which was later bumped up to $202 billion. But much of what was cut was not exactly expenditures that were actually saving anything. The money was allocated but not spent yet, so what exactly are you saving? In fact, the department, when cutting contracts, looked at the maximum spending possible under each of those federal contracts. So in reality, most of what they were cutting wasn't even going to hit that maximum. They were just taking that highest number possible, saying, we cut that number, when in reality, the contract probably would have spent much less. That was just the theoretical maximum that could have been allocated to the specific contract. Jessica Tillipman, Associate Dean at George Washington University Law School, described it like this. She says, quote, "That's the equivalent of basically taking out a credit card with a $20,000 credit card limit, canceling it, and then saying, I've just saved $20,000. Anything that's been said publicly about DOGE's savings is meaningless." So that number of $202 billion is the maximum they could have saved. DOGE did make some actual cuts to staffing and USAID, but even their math here is a little bit funky.
DOGE's contract and grant terminations add up to about $72 billion, but that still leaves more than $100 billion from other areas, with an untold number saved from, quote, workforce reductions. A DOGE spokesperson didn't respond to emails requesting comment.
So yes, people were terminated due to DOGE cuts. That is 100% true. Many government workers lost their jobs. They were consolidated into one individual that was actually doing the work of what would have been like 3 or 4, but now it's just one. So yes, many agencies did get cut down. But what's interesting about that is that the DOGE department was run first by Elon Musk and then by a bunch of his loyalists, many of which have never run anything except away from women. So they weren't exactly professionals at running a department, and they made some cuts that they really shouldn't have.
It was the target of DOGE, which they say was guilty of waste, fraud, and abuse. But now, just 7 months later, after hundreds of those employees were let go, they're asked to come back. These are the employees who handle federal workspaces. They're the ones that you call when the air conditioning is not working or when you need IT help. This is their job for federal workspaces, among other things. Of course, this is a very large administration.
So not only did the department fire hundreds, if not thousands of workers, they then had to go through the entire process of rehiring hundreds of workers back after realizing, we needed those workers. They were actually essential. Okay, we have to rehire them all. Wait, they're essential for the government to function? That's practically what happened here. Well, at least it didn't happen to jobs concerning, I don't know, nuclear security in the United States. That would be crazy.
Mr. President, there was a big wave of probationary federal workers who were fired over the weekend. Some of these workers focused on nuclear weapons security were immediately rehired. Do you have any concerns about how these terminations have
No, not at all. I think we have to just do what we have to do. It's, you're gonna. It's amazing what's been found right now. It's amazing. If we feel that in some cases they'll fire people and then they'll put some people back, not all of them, because a lot of people were let go. Don't forget, I got elected on the basis of making our government stronger and smaller, because we have millions of people that obviously they're paying millions of people that shouldn't be paid. And that has also to do with workers.
Right, okay, cool. So that did happen. That's nice to hear. All right, so generally speaking, DOGE across the board has been a complete and utter failure of a department, being sloppy and lazy and doing improper math to try to prove a point that you're saving money that you actually aren't saving. They've been firing and rehiring hundreds, if not thousands, of workers and just being a general nuisance inside of the entire federal government since the beginning. On top of all of that, their numbers are not even verifiable because DOGE never gave anyone receipts. Where are the receipts? They never gave any receipts to any independent or outside sources that could verify their numbers because DOGE just said, yep, we did this. We cut this number. This is how much we cut. No need to look into anything. Okay, yep, that's what we cut. Good. Okay, moving on. And we're just supposed to take their word for it. But they never gave any specific itemized breakdown of actually what they did to any independent outlet to verify what they said. Yet we do know that they were able to cut a lot of foreign aid, specifically USAID, a lot of their research and funding, which will indeed harm a lot of people. Estimates say that it may kill upwards of 14 million people over the next 5 years due to cuts to foreign aid. So really, DOGE is just a huge success all around, right? Well, clearly the federal government doesn't think so, because this brings us to today, where it was revealed that DOGE is done for good. The Office of Personal Management Director Scott Kapoor told Reuters, quote, that the department doesn't exist anymore. It has been consolidated and it is no longer a central entity, and that the OPM, which is the federal government's internal human resources office, has taken over many, if not all, of the functions of DOGE as a department. This comes after months of the federal government trying to beef up DOGE and giving it this persona of an agency that is very productive and a well-oiled machine and run by the best, and slashing the budget and making things more efficient and rooting out all of this fraud and corruption, although no one in the federal government has been charged with fraud or corruption since the department's founding tied to it, so another huge failure for them. Kapoor also revealed in his statement that the federal government is no longer interested in a wide hiring freeze, one of the main hallmarks of DOGE. He has said, quote, there is no target around reductions anymore in regards to the hiring process. And that's practically all we know. DOGE is done for. Elon Musk's brainchild that was supposed to save the country billions, if not trillions, is kaput. And to be honest, that is the least surprising news I could possibly imagine. DOGE fails. DOGE got doged. It's poetic in a way, don't you think? So that's it. Another tally on the long list of failures for the piggy-in-chief Donald Trump, and a complete and utter failure of a project by a brain master, super intelligent ultra lord Elon Musk. The department still has over 8 months left on its charter, by the way, but it was such a waste of time and energy and money, it's now practically non-existent, left to be one of the many jokes we can all tell each other about this sickening administration. Hopefully, whatever president and administration comes next undoes the damage DOGE has done and refunds many of the things that it got rid of, because while the department did not cut as much as promised, far from it, of course, it has and will continue to do harm, especially overseas. But let's just take a moment for now and say farewell to DOGE. You will not be missed. But I think that's going to do it for me. Thank you so much for sticking around until the end of the video. I really do appreciate it. If you like this video or want to see more like it, be sure to leave a thumbs up down below, as well as comment what you think about DOGE going bye-bye. I think it is great, so please leave your thoughts down below, and don't forget to subscribe to the Really American YouTube channel. Have a nice day.